Hey, this is KMBKomhyr, and welcome to episode 2 of my Minecraft LP. I collected some materials, I got a bunch of stuff in an ender chest. I'm heading back over to the chicken farm, but first I wanted to show something that I found that I thought was pretty cool. So, just over here in the hills, let's see, which way was it? Getting lost 50 blocks from home. I think it was just over this way. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so this dirt tower I just made to mark the location of something. Yeah, here it is. A zombie spawner. But what's cool about it is it's at Y74 standing on top of it, so that's pretty neat. Yeah, we'll find something to do with that at some point, but glad I found that. So yeah, I'm gonna head on over to the chicken farm and I'll get back to you when I get there. Alright, I'm back, and I'm really high up right now. I've built myself up a stone brick tower. This is where the villager will kind of carry the chickens up to the top with ladders. So the ladders will go on this face. And this is around the height where the farm will be. So you can see it's pretty darn high. 225 is where I'm standing, and the top of the tower will be pretty much at the build height limit. So I've done some other things down below. Not a whole lot, but I'm gonna get down here. And yeah, I was thinking of possibly going into my creative world and just showing oh, good view of the tower from here, the bell tower. Yeah, just showing off the planning I did, because I'll admit I'm going to be referring to what I did in the creative world fairly often for building this. It's technically fairly complex, and yeah, I need to look at that pretty often to get it right. So you can see I got a temporary pumpkin farm set up there. I wanted some jack-o'-lanterns to provide me with some light, and I got a small tree farm here. There's a spider. A tree farm here. Just I'm gonna need a lot of ladders and ooh, damn guy. All right. Other than spiders, I think I'm pretty safe in here, but I guess we'll find out. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna need a lot of wood for ladders, and I don't know, I might go with wood for some of the look of it, but as you can see, it's gonna be a really tall tree farm. Just get it to day here. And yeah, so I think I'll head over to the creative world now and show you some of that stuff. Well, this is all the R&D I'd done for the project so far. You can see there's a few iterations of most things, but this is the first version of that kind of chicken separator, the one that lines them up for counting. This is a lot bigger than the final design I came up with. That one is here, and this is pretty much what you saw in the survival world. And I will show you how well it works. Just need to get it set back up here. I kind of uncoupled it for just some testing of some other things, but let's see here. I think, oops, where's that tripwire hook? Oop. Okay, it's right behind. I think it's behind this block here. Sorry, I'm getting myself organized on camera here. Anyways, let me just make sure that's the right spot. Did that increment? Oh, this wasn't... Oh no, it was reset. Okay. Alright, we're good now. We're good. So that's the binary counter. We'll get to that after, but... okay, I'm going to load this up with some eggs. And we'll see it counting. Gotta empty things out here. Alright. So this is what I'll be doing in the survival world when I'm loading it up. Just shift click all the eggs in there. We have a toggleable clock here, which is what will be driving the dispenser there. So flip that on. Eggs will start shooting out. Get chickens pretty quick. And so you can see they're kind of, yeah, they're jamming up here at the top. And then they're slowly working their way down here. They're slowly working their way down here. They should make it through. This, I've never had it fail before. Come on now. Turn it off once all the eggs are done here. I must have broken something here. I've never had it jam up like this. Did I? Technical difficulties. I'll be right back. Okay, I figured out what the problem was. I had added an extra fence post in the corner, and apparently they can't get past that very well, but in the process of figuring that out, I actually made some small improvements to the design, so that'll work better overall. This tripwire hook is actually connected to this binary counter, and it's currently reset to 0, so yeah, we'll give it a test. I can show you how well it works. So we'll fill this up with eggs. Turn on the clock. Start getting some baby chickens out. Come on, a few more than that, please. There we go. Alright. So we can watch down here and see how they're coming down in a nice, neat line with enough gap between them so that only one triggers the tripwire at a time. They can get pretty close together, but I've never seen them so close together that it doesn't increment properly. So now it's empty. Turn that clock off. And just wait for them to finish going through. See pretty regular intervals, which is exactly what I was going for with this mechanism. Alright, so they're all down there now. And looks like we got 20 of them based on my entity count. So we can go over to the binary counter, which was set to 0 before, and now it is at 10100. So just tab out for a second. Put that into my calculator I found on the internet. What was it again? Let me just check that. Oh yeah, okay, 10100. And in decimal, that's 20, so we got a perfect count. So that is working still flawlessly, even after I messed it up a little bit. Okay, so that was that. Next, I have made a mechanism. You know, I had to toggle, the clock off manually when it was done with the eggs. In the next patch, I'll be able to use some, probably the comparator to do that sort of thing, but for now I'm gonna go with a mechanism like this. So what this will do is it starts a timer that has so many repeaters. There was a reason I put this many in. I can't remember what it was right now. Alright, sorry about that. I had a little recording problem, but it allowed me to set up a better demonstration of what this does. So right now it's in its default state with all these repeaters on, and how those are kept powered is, well, I mean, they'll propagate a signal down on their own from this torch powering this block and the repeaters powering each other. But each of these torches is important in its own right. So in its default state like this, all the repeaters are on. When the dispenser starts shooting eggs, it will be toggled off. So what that does is it turns all those torches off and allows the repeaters to start counting down. However long this is, I'll find that number again and get back to you on that. Anyways, it turns all these torches off. The repeaters start counting down. When they get to the end, this torch will light up, and that will turn off the clock that's powering the dispenser. So obviously that's not enough time for all the eggs to cycle or to get shot out. So what this also does is every time it receives a new signal, it resets back to its default state and starts counting down again from scratch. So yeah, you can see every time a chicken would go through the tripwire, it would keep it turned on. Just a little pulse sent, and the signal goes down through the middle, turns all the repeaters back on, and you can see that's default state, so we'll start it counting. You can see as long as I send it a pulse fairly frequently, that end torch will never come on, and that's how I plan on keeping the machine running until it's out of eggs. Let's see, what else is there? Oh yeah, that'll get to, but here is kind of the mechanism I'll be using for transporting the chickens up into the skies. So here we have a repeater, or not a repeater, a dispenser will be the same as the one that I load all the eggs into. I'll just have that counting mechanism before I get to this part. Anyways, I have this lever set up so I can just flick it and it'll shoot out the eggs really quick, but the baby chickens will fall down here. I had that tripwire there just as part of the test setup. Anyways, they come down through here into the shaft with the villager in there, and we can watch them climb the ladder. So I'll just get a few hatched here. You can see they fall onto the villager, and he starts climbing, and he'll push them all the way up to the top. And up here, brace yourself for a little noise. I have a bunch in here already. Got a whole bunch of chickens up here just as kind of a test thing. You can see I'm picking up tons of eggs, so they are laying them all the time. I'm down there fooling with other stuff, and we can check on the progress of our villager. So he doesn't climb really fast, but that's okay. It's not important to the design. And he gets to the top, and he kicks the chickens out and goes back down. I think it's a really slick design. And, well, I mean, there was really no other way that I could figure out to transport chickens vertically. I mean, we have kind of a, the etho style, like elevator for cave spiders, and it doesn't work with these guys. I'll just set up a little test here, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'll be right back. Right, here's a little demonstration of that. So it's just, a simple mob pushing elevator. You can elevate them one block for every 2 forward. And so you just got a water stream flowing into a stair, sign holding the next one back, so it's just like that going up. And this works fine for most stuff. Like skeleton will go, no problem. Creepers, same thing, no issues. Even a cow, which is bigger than a 1x1 area, just goes right on up. Even cave spiders, which are notoriously finicky, they'll fight the stream, but eventually they'll go too. Even, you know, they're only half a block high, and they're not even having any issues with that. But a chicken, it's just, if they don't want to go, you can't make them. They'll get stuck in one of these stairs, and that guy went okay, but I mean, I'll do it a couple times and I'll show you what I mean. They just sometimes will not cooperate. See that guy? Just stop there. He doesn't want to go, and he's not going to go. And so it was just a nightmare trying to figure out a way to transport these guys vertically, using water streams and that sort of thing. And yeah, he'll just drown. He doesn't care. So yeah, they're a real pain. But this way seems to work flawlessly, and it's super compact. I mean, you only need, I guess technically 3x3, but just a one wide shaft to get them to go up. And I think even though this guy climbs really slowly, it has probably the added benefit of being faster than this. Because can you imagine if I had to make them spiral up like 180 blocks in something like this? Man, that would be a lot of work to build. So, moving on, the last really important mechanism, so I'm going to turn it back to peaceful here, get rid of these slimes. The last really important mechanism I had to design was this 20-minute clock. So, this is actually what I need the Silk Touch shears for. I need some cobwebs for this. And this thing is a little finicky to get properly aligned with the boats. It took me quite a bit of work to get them all in the correct alignment, but it seems to work good now. So actually I'm going to take out some of these cobwebs so we don't have to wait 4 minutes for it to get around for a demonstration. Alright, so we just got one down there at the bottom. So when I hit this button to turn it on, this RS Norlatch triggers, allows the boat to flow up past those fence gates, turns around, falls down, starts going through this cobweb. At the same time, this boat here is waiting for this boat to come around. So when this finishes falling through, it's going to hit that pressure plate and open up these fence gates all at the same time, just long enough for it to move up one notch. So I can kind of demonstrate that with the button here. So I'll just get it going up to the last one here, and this boat should be just about through, and it'll come around, hit that pressure plate, allows that boat to go through, hit that pressure plate, resets the whole system. So these gates are closed again, this boat's stuck there, RS Norlatch is back in the position it started in, and these gates are all closed, this boat's reset, so the whole system resets itself when it cycles through. So these cobwebs here, it takes around 4 minutes for the boat to fall through once, and that allows this boat to move up one notch in the chain. So you take that 4 minutes and multiply it by the 5 notches it has to move up, and you get 20 minutes. In actuality, it's about 20 minutes and 30 seconds, but for my purposes, that's perfectly fine. And, you know, it's not resettable, but also fine for what I'm doing here. So this 20-minute clock allows enough time for the chickens that have been hatched and taken to the top of the tower to mature and be ready for harvest. And you can see it's a pretty nice compact design. I quite like it. So yeah, gotta keep working on those enchanted books to get that Silk Touch. I've done, I don't even know, 25 now. I haven't gotten one yet. I've gotten some other things that will prove to be useful, but I'll keep working on that. Anyways, we'll get back to the survival world and continue working. Well, I'm back in survival. I made the required changes to this to get it functioning just like the one in the creative world. And I have made a lot of ladders. Going to get those going up to the top here, and the reason for that is I want to get this going pretty soon on getting the seed chickens started, by which I mean I want to get, start getting a couple hundred chickens up in the sky here that will be laying the eggs that will, power the whole system. So in order to do that, I'm going to start getting the villager over here. I guess I've decided that the best way to do that is to go through a tunnel in the Nether. I should have thought of that last episode when I was talking about it, but yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So it shouldn't be too far in the Nether, and I'll have to pick just the right one to be my helper over here. And we'll get him transported over here and into his permanent prison. I mean home. Yeah, his permanent home. So I'll finish getting these ladders up here, and I'll meet you in the Nether. Alright, this is my Nether portal. You've seen the other one by my tower there. That way is the way to the guy that's really, really far away. It's like 1,000 blocks that way, and then like 300 blocks that way. Once you get to his T-intersect, or, right turn at the end. This way is the way to where most other people live. These tunnels are a mess. I get lost in here all the time. We'll do something with it eventually, but I've placed a portal on the outside in the real world at my village, and then I put this one to correspond on the inside. Dug this little tunnel here. Then down here, I've put another portal in the real world at my new tower, and so I've got them. This one should correspond to that one, and I haven't tested them yet, so we'll see if they work. So going through here, I should end up at my new construction site. Perfect. I have a little cage set up for the villagers I bring over, so that one works great. Go back in, and we'll go down to the village portal, and we'll see if that one works. And if it does, we can start bringing some guys over. It seems like such a short distance. Well, I guess it is in the Nether, but it's quite a ways in the real world. So, but yeah, let's see if this works out. Perfect. And we should go back to that same one, right? Yeah. When I made these ones in the real world, they both hooked up with my my original portal. So yeah, great. That works perfectly. So I can transport some villagers over. I will do that, and I'll be right back. Well, I managed to get one guy through the portal and into a cart. He's a farmer, which I think is perfect for this, so that's great. And we'll just push. Yeah, I brought some rails in, just no powered rails, nothing fancy, just an easier way to push them along. So we'll get them over here. And I don't know if these guys will go back through a portal on their own, like once he's on the other side. If I leave him beside the portal, if he'll try to come back, but I think I'll take my chances. I guess he went. Okay, well, maybe they don't like it in the Nether, I don't know. Yeah, here he is. Perfect. Stay away from that now, guy. Come on, move. Get out of the way. I'm trying to place blocks. Come on. Alright, come on. Okay, there we go. So he should be good in there. So we got our villager. We got a way of transporting them here if and when we need more. And yeah, so I think I'm going to replace this middle column since, I did the glass all the way up. I want to be able to see it. I'm going to replace this with red wool. It's kind of, I don't know if it's official, but seems like the city of Calgary's color is red. Sports teams all wear red. There's a lot of red on the Calgary Tower. So yeah, I'm gonna probably do a bunch of red themed stuff. So I got this rose red dye. I was dyeing up all the sheep in my pen. I'll probably breed them a lot more. I'm gonna need a hell of a lot of red wool to finish this off. So I think that's actually about all I can do for today. I hope this episode was interesting. I hope you guys like the redstone stuff I showed off, and this project is well underway. I've got quite a bit done, but there's still tons left to do. So tune in next time and we'll get some more work done. Thanks for watching.